Every ripple seemed to whisper that I'd lost what wasn't mine to keep. I had borrowed strength for building, I had swung with honest hands, but the iron sank beneath me like a dream I could not stand. Then the prophet touched the water, and the current changed its way. What was buried past my reach and rose again by grace. Axes floated back to faith. Iron rose from the deep. What had fallen into silence could not stay beneath. Grace moved on the water. Mercy changed the weight when my loss met heaven's wonder. Axes floated back to faith. I thought the small disaster was too common for your care. Just a broken borrowed moment, just a need to blame for prayer. But your kindness touched the river, and the impossible obeyed. For the God of mighty wonders still restores the little things. Not because my hands were worthy, not because the blade was great, but because your love is present even in a hidden place. Axes floated back to faith. Iron rose from the deep. What had fallen into silence could not stay beneath. Grace moved on the water. Mercy changed the weight when my loss met heaven's wonder. Axes floated back to faith. Lift what sank beneath my sorrow. Raise what slipped beyond my hold. Call the lost thing from the waters. Turn my weakness into gold. If my heart falls like the iron, if my hope begins to fade, still your word can touch the river and bring faith back from the waves. Axes floated back to faith. Iron rose from the deep. What had fallen into silence could not stay beneath. Grace moved on the water. Mercy changed the weight when my loss met heaven's wonder. Axes floated back to faith. Axes floated back to faith. Now I trust you in the simple. Now I bless the smallest place. For the river heard your mercy when axes floated back to faith. dust had learned no song. Every bone was dry and scattered. Every hope had been dead too long. I looked upon the silence, heard the question pierce the breeze. Can these lifeless bones awaken? Can the dead rise and believe? Then your word became a thunder, and the graveyard bent its knees. What was broken started moving when breath came on the breeze. Bones rose into armies, life stood from the dust. What had fallen in the valley rose because of trust. Grace moved through the ruins, mercy crossed the seas. When your spirit filled the silence, bones rose into armies. I had thought the end was final, thought the pieces were too far, but your voice can gather fragments from beneath the coldest stars. Every joint became a witness, every breath became a flame, that the God who speaks to dead things still can call them by their name. Not because the bones were worthy, not because the field was green, but because your word was living where no life could still be seen. Bones rose into armies, life stood from the dust. What had fallen in the valley rose because of trust. Grace moved through the ruins, mercy crossed the seas. When your spirit filled the silence, bones rose into armies. Bones rose into armies. Speaking to my lifeless places, speaking to my buried years. Let the valley of my sorrow hear your voice above my fears. If the bones look dry before me, if the dream has lost its breath, I will prophesy your promise till life rises out of rose into armies, life stood from the dust. What had fallen in the valley rose because of trust. Grace moved through the ruins, mercy crossed the seas. When your spirit filled the silence, bones rose into armies. Bones rose into armies. Bones rose into armies. Chains fell from the fish. I was standing by the water with a question in my hand. Every need looked small and earthly, every answer hard to plan. I had wondered how provision could arrive through such a way, till your word sent me fishing at the breaking of the day. Then the with the thorns against my brow. Every branch became a question, every wound was crying out. I had thought the pain was pointless, thought the crown was only scorn, till your mercy touched the bleeding, and crowns bloom from thorns. Then the God of love redemption, and the curse began to mourn. For the suffering you carried, made a kingdom from the thorns. Crowns bloom from thorns, glory rose through pain. What the darkness meant for mocking turned to honor in your name. Grace grew in the wounding, hope was newly born. When your love redeemed the suffering, crowns bloomed from thorns. I had feared the scars would name me, I feared the shame would never leave, but your cross became the doorway where the broken can believe. Every thorn that pierced the silence lost its power to condemn. For the King who wore our sorrow turned the curse to diadem. Not because the road was gentle, not because the heart was warm, but because your love was faithful. Crowns bloomed from thorns. Glory rose through pain. What the darkness meant for mocking turned to honor in your name. Grace grew in the wounding, hope was newly born. When your love redeemed the suffering, crowns bloomed from thorns. Let the wounded places worship, let the scars become a song. Let the branches that once hurt me show where mercy made me strong. If the thorns still press around me, if the road still feels torn, I will lift my eyes to Jesus, where crowns bloom from thorns. Crowns bloom from thorns. Glory rose through pain. What the darkness meant for mocking turned to honor in your name. Grace grew in the wounding, hope was newly born. When your love redeemed the suffering, crowns bloom from thorns. Now I do not fear the briars, now I bless what you transformed. For the place that knew my sorrow saw crowns bloom from with the hunger growing wide. Only fragments in my fingers, only lack on every side. I had counted what was missing, measured needle against the bread, till you lifted up the little and gave thanks for what we had. Then the hands began to gather, and the small became enough. What looked helpless in the basket overflowed beneath your love. Empty baskets held abundance, bread became a sign. What was broken in the wilderness fed the waiting line. Grace moved through the fragments, mercy multiplied. salvation I could bring, but you used the small surrender as the seed of offering. Every piece became a witness, every basket preached your name, that the God who feeds the thousands still works wonders through the same. Not because the bread was plenty, not because the fish were grand, but because your heart was generous when we placed them in your hand. Empty baskets held abundance, bread became a sign. What was broken in the wilderness fed the waiting line. Grace moved through the fragments, mercy multiplied. When your blessing touched a little, empty baskets held baskets held abundance, bread became a sign. What was broken in the wilderness fed the waiting line. Grace moved through the fragments, mercy multiplied. When your blessing touched the little, empty baskets held abundance. Now I bless the broken pieces. Now I trust your holy hand. Standing in the garden with my shame beneath the trees. Every branch became a curtain, every shadow covered me. I had sewn my fear together, tried to dress what I had done, but the voice that walked at evening called me gently through the sun. Then the leaves began to tremble and the truth came into sight. What I used to hide, my weakness could not stand before your light. Fig leaves lost their hiding, grace found me there. What lost in silence. Every road was dark and land. I had heard that he was coming, heard the promise through the gloom. So I guarded every ember while I waited for the bridegroom. Let the oil keep on burning, let the flame refuse the tomb. For the night cannot last forever when we wait for the bridegroom. Lanterns waited for the bridegroom. Fire held the night. What it looked like endless darkness started trembling before light. Hope stayed in the vessel, faith prepared the room. When the cry rang through the midnight, lanterns waited for the bridegroom. Watch the careless sleeping, watch the weary lose their flame. But your word became my warning, and your promise kept its name. Every drop of oil was worship, every spark became my prayer. For the heart that stays awakened finds the door still open there. Not because the night was easy, not because the road was clear, but because the king was coming and his footsteps drew near. Lanterns waited for the bridegroom. Fire held the night. What it looked like endless darkness started trembling before light. Hope stayed in the vessel, faith prepared the room. When the cry rang through the midnight, lanterns waited for the bridegroom. Keep my lamp alive with longing, keep my spirit dressed in flame. Let me not forget the promise, let me listen for your name. If the waiting stretches longer, if the stars hide in the gloom, I will stand with all and worship till I meet the bridegroom. Lanterns waited for the bridegroom. Fire held the night. What it looked like endless darkness started trembling before light. Hope stayed in the vessel, faith prepared the room. When the cry rang through the midnight, lanterns waited for the groom. Lanterns waited for the bridegroom. Now I'm blessed, Lord. Now I've got the bridegroom. For the night became a doorway. My face, watching heaven split in thunder, watching glory leave its trace. I had feared the call before me, feared the road I had to climb, till the mantle touched the silence like a flame from holy skies. Then the waters heard the promise, and the past became a pyre, for the calling did not vanish. Mantles fell with fire. Mantles fell with fire. Power touched the ground. What I thought was before me. Let the calling test my soul. Let the mantle of your purpose make the trembling servant bold. If the road begins in grieving, if the sky is burning bright, I will walk beneath your spirit and carry on the light. Mantles fell with fire, power touched the ground. What I thought was only ending became where grace was found. Faith rose through the ashes, hope climbed even higher. When your spirit marked the moment, mantles fell with fire. Now I do not fear the river. Now I trust what you require. For the calling across the waters, when mantles fell with fire. I was standing by the deep waters with my burden in my hands. Every thought became a chain there. Every shadow made demands. I had carried fear like iron, dragged its way through every year, till your voice spoke through the thunder and the millstone met the fear. Then the waters opened wider and the darkness disappeared. What had pulled my soul beneath me sank before your mercy near. Millstone sank the fear. Deep called out your name. What had threatened to destroy me could not rise again. Grace moved through the water. Hope became clear. When your power touched the burden, millstone sank the I had thought the weight would follow, thought the past would always stay, but your hand reached through the waters and removed what blocked my way. Every wave became a witness, every depth began to sing that the God who breaks oppression can drown fear beneath his wings. Not because my heart was fearless, not because the sea was near, but because your word was stronger. Millstone sank the fear. Millstone sank the fear. Deep called out your name. What had threatened to destroy me could not rise again. Grace moved through the water. Hope became clear. When your power touched the burden, millstone sank the fear. Take the weight I cannot carry, take the chains I cannot break, cast them down into the waters where your mercy seals their fate. If the fear comes back like thunder, if the old voice reappears, I will trust the God who buried millstones under holy tears. Millstone sank the fear. Deep called out your name. What had threatened to destroy me could not rise again. Grace moved through the water. Hope became clear. When your power touched the burden, millstone sank the fear. Now I walk beside the water. depths that held my burden. Saw the millstones sink the fear. I was born beneath the questions, with the dark across my eyes. Every voice around my weakness tried to measure sin and why. I had never seen the morning, never named the color blue, till your hands touched dust and water and made mercy into truth. Then the clay became a promise and the pool became decision. What looked strange upon my blindness was mud washed into vision. Mud washed into vision. Light broke through my night. What the world had called impossible opened to your side. Grace moved through the water. Mercy made incision. When I obeyed your holy word, mud washed into vision. I had thought my dark was endless, thought my story had been sealed, but you met me in the ordinary and commanded me to heal. Every step toward the water was a sermon made of trust. For the Savior used the lowly to turn blindness into dust. Not because my eyes were ready, not because I understood, but because your word was living and your strange command was good. Mud washed into vision. Light broke through my night. What the world had called impossible opened to your side. Grace moved through the water. Mercy made incision. When I obeyed your holy word, mud washed into vision. Touch the places I call hopeless. Touch the dark I've learned to know. Send me where your word is washing, till the hidden colors show. If your healing looks unusual, if obedience feels like collision, I will walk toward living water till my mud is washed to vision. Mud washed into vision. Light broke I was tired on the water, with an empty net in hand. Every cast had come back silent, every wave ignored my plan. I had labored through the darkness, I had nothing left to show, till your voice called from the shoreline, cast again where I will show. Then the deep began to answer, and the boat began to press. What had fell beneath my effort bowed beneath your blessedness. Nets broke with blessing, fish filled up the sea. What my hands could not accomplish came when you commanded me. Grace moved through the waters, mercy started pressing. When I trusted your instruction, nets broke with blessing. I thought my skill was empty, thought my strength would reach its end, but your word went deeper than me, where my doubt could not descend. Every rope became a witness, every vessel leaned with praise, for the Lord who sees the weary still can fill the barren place. Not because the night was fruitful, not because my heart was brave, but because your voice was holy over every empty wave. Nets broke with blessing, fish filled up the sea. What my hands could not accomplish came when you commanded me. Grace moved through the waters, mercy started pressing. When I trusted your instruction, nets broke with blessing. Call me out beyond my failure, call me past my tired hands. Teach me how to trust your timing when I do not understand. If the morning finds me empty, if the boats are still confessing, I will cast again at your word, till the nets break with blessing. Nets broke with blessing, fish filled up the sea. What my hands could not accomplish came when you commanded me. Grace moved through the waters, mercy started pressing. When I trusted your instruction, nets broke with blessing. Now I leave the shore behind me, now I follow your addressing. For the empty night was broken when the nets broke with blessing. I was climbing up the mountain, with a promise in my chest. Every stone beneath my footsteps put my trembling heart to test. I had carried what was precious, held it close with open hands, till the silence of the altar met the mercy you had planned. Then the figure started shaking, and the fear began to fall, for the God who asked for surrender had provided through it all. Rams echoed on Moriah, mercy crowned the hill. What I thought would end in sorrow found your promise living still. Grace stood in the branches, faith became a fire. When your provision called my name, rams echoed on Moriah. I thought the road would break me, thought obedience meant loss, but your love was moving deeper than the shadow of the cross. Every step became an altar, every tear became a flame, for the Lord who gives the promise never forgets his holy name. Not because my heart was fearless, not because my hands were strong, but because your voice was faithful when the mountain road was long. Rams echoed on Moriah, mercy crowned the hill. What I thought would end in sorrow found your promise living still. Grace stood in the branches, faith became a fire. When your provision called my name, rams echoed on Moriah. You provide upon the mountain, you provide beneath the sky, you provide when faith is shaken and the answer feels denied. If you lead me through surrender, if you ask for all I hold, I will trust the hand of heaven that turns fear to living gold. Rams echoed on Moriah, mercy crowned the hill. What I thought would end in sorrow found your promise living still. Grace stood in the branches, faith became a fire. When your provision called my name, rams echoed on Moriah. Bless the holy mountain, now I trust what you require. For the hill that heard my trembling, heard the rams echo higher. Bless the holy mountain, now I trust what you require. For the hill that heard my trembling, heard the rams echo higher. I was hiding by the water where the brook began to sing, with no table in the valley, with no harvest I could bring. I had left the noise behind me and there's silence at your word, till the wings above the ravine brought the mercy I had heard. Morning came with strange provision, evening came with what you gave, and the place I called the wilderness became the place you saved. Ravens crossed the brook, bread came through the sky. What I thought places teach me trust when stores run low. Let the silence of the valley be the place where faith can grow. If the brook begins to vanish, if the road ahead looks dry, still the God who sent the ravens knows the next place I must fly. Ravens cross the brook, bread came through the sky. What I thought would leave me empty met the Father's watchful eye. Grace flew through the valley, mercy never shook. When my hunger waited on you, ravens cross the brook. Now I bless the quiet ravine, now I trust the path you took. For the wilderness fed my spirit when ravens cross the brook. Every staff looked dry and silent, every claim looked much the same. I had wondered who was chosen, who could stand before your throne, till the lifeless would awaken with a blossom not its own. Then the branch began to flower, and the room heard heaven sing what no hand could make living. Rise, bloom before kings. Rise, bloom before kings. Life rose from the dry. What was buried in the silence lifted almonds to the sky. Grace brewed what you chosen. Mercy crowned the spring. When your breath touched dead wood, rise, bloom before kings. I had thought the dry was finished, thought the season had no seed, but your power moves in secret where no root can even breathe. Every petal was a witness, every bud became a sign that the God who calls the humble makes the lifeless branch alive. Not because the rod was mighty, not because the wood could sing, but because your will was spoken. Rise, bloom before kings. Rise, bloom before kings. Life rose from the dry. What was buried in the silence lifted almonds to the sky. Grace proved what you chosen. Mercy crowned the spring. When your breath touched dead wood, rise, bloom before kings. Breathe upon my dry surrender. Let the barren places bloom. Turn the staff inside my weakness into proof of what you do. If the courts demand an answer, if the world questions the spring, I will trust the God of life who makes rise, bloom before kings. my branch. Now I bless the hidden spring, for the wood that had no future bloomed before the King of Kings. Rise, bloom before kings. Open to healing. I was carried by the faithful through a crowd I could not cross. Every doorway closed before me, every hope felt nearly lost. I had no strength left to climb there, no voice loud enough to plead, but my friend still tore the ceiling for the mercy I would need. Then the dust fell through the sunlight and the room became revealing, for the place that blocked the broken open wide to healing. Rooftops open to healing, grace came through the clay. What no door could bring me into, love still made a way. Mercy saw the helpless, faith broke through the ceiling. When they lowered me to Jesus, rooftops open to healing. I had thought my mat would name me, thought my weakness was my throne, but your voice spoke through the silence. Rise and walk, you are my own. Every watcher saw forgiveness, every doubt was put to shame, for the Savior touched my body and my spirit rose the same. Not because my hands could reach you, not because my legs could stand, but because faith tore the roof off just to place me in your hands. Rooftops open to healing, grace came through the clay. What no door could bring me into, love still made a way. Mercy saw the helpless, faith broke through the ceiling. When they lowered me to Jesus, rooftops open to healing. Break the roof above my sorrow, break the walls around my pain. Let the dust become a doorway where your mercy calls my name. If the crowd says there is no entrance, if the road refuses feeling, I will trust the friends of faith who make rooftops open to healing. Rooftops open to healing, grace came through the clay. What no door could bring me into, love still made a way. night behind my name. Every memory was calling, every ruin wore a flame. I had heard the mercy warning, do not turn your heart around. But the past still tried to hold me with its whisper from the ground. Then the morning broke the valley and the road kept moving on, while the places chained to yesterday stood like salt before the dawn. Salt pillars faced on, mercy called me forward. What was burning in the distance could not be my Lord. Grace became the pathway, hope became the song. When the past looked back in silence, saw pillars faced on, saw pillars faced on. I had loved the walls that trapped me, loved the chains I understood, called the smoke a kind of shelter, called the poison something good. But your hand was on my shoulder, and your angels cleared the way, so my feet could leave destruction, and my heart could learn the day. Not because the road was easy, not because the fear was gone, but because your voice was stronger than the cities I had known. Saw pillars faced on, mercy called me forward. What was burning in the distance could not be my Lord. Grace became the pathway, hope became the song. When the past looked back in silence, saw pillars faced on, saw pillars faced on. Teach me not to turn to ashes, teach me not to crave the chains, teach me how to walk in freedom when the old life calls my name. If the ruins shine behind me, if the smoke still pulls me on, I will fix my eyes on mercy till the night gives way to dawn. Saw pillars faced on, mercy called me forward. What was burning in the distance could not be my Lord. Grace became the pathway, hope became the song. When the past looked back in silence, saw pillars faced on, saw pillars faced on. Now I walk into the morning, now I leave the smoke withdrawn, for the life that God delivered will not turn back from the dawn. I was living in the city where the walls were built on fear. Every stone had heard the warning, every heart knew judgment near. I had nothing I could offer, only trembling at the sound, till a promise through the window let a scarlet thread hang down. Thought my past would seal my fate, but your kindness reached the outsider and brought rescue through the gate. Every crimson strand was singing, every knot became a sign that the God who saves the helpless can redeem the broken line. Not because the walls were worthy, not because my hands were clean, but because your covenant mercy covered everything unseen. Scarlet thread held the house, grace marked the door. What deserved to fall in judgment found compassion evermore. Mercy crossed the window, hope refused to douse. When the walls began to tremble, scarlet thread held the house. Hang your mercy over judgment, mark my window with your grace. Let the scarlet sign of rescue be the shelter of this place. If the walls begin to crumble, if the ground begins to rouse, I will trust the saving promise. Scarlet thread will hold the house. Scarlet thread held the house, grace marked the door. What deserved to fall in judgment found compassion evermore. Mercy crossed the window, hope refused to douse. When the walls began to tremble, scarlet thread held the house. Now I stand inside the promise, now I praise beyond the doubt. For the city heard its falling, but the scarlet thread held the I was standing in the courtyard where the noise had drowned the prayer. Every coin became an idol, every bargain filled the air. I had watched the holy places covered up by greed and dust, till your zeal moved through the temple like a flame of righteous trust. Then the tables hit the stone floor and the falsehood lost desire. For the house was made for worship when tables turned in holy fire. Tables turned in holy fire, prayer returned again. What is stolen, sacred wonder fell beneath your cleansing hand. Grace restored the altar, truth became the choir. When your love purified the temple, tables turned in holy fire. Tables turned in holy fire. I let my heart grow crowded, let the noise take holy ground. Let the lesser things speak louder than the voice that should be found. But your mercy came with passion, not to ruin but restore. Turning over every idol till my soul was yours once more. Not because the flame was cruel, not because your heart was tired, but because your love is jealous. Tables turned in holy fire. Tables turned in holy fire, prayer returned again. What had stolen, sacred wonder fell beneath your cleansing hand. Grace restored the altar, truth became the choir. When your love purified the temple, Drive the noise out of my soul. Let the place you made for worship be surrendered pure and whole. If the idols fill the courtyard, if the lesser things conspire, come with mercy, come with power. Turn the tables in holy fire. Turned in holy fire. Prayer returned again. What a stolen sacred wonder fell beneath your cleansing hand. Grace restored the altar. Truth became the choir. When your love purified the temple, tables turned in holy fire. Tables turned in holy fire. Prayer returned again. What a stolen sacred wonder fell beneath your cleansing hand. Grace restored the altar. Truth became the choir. When your love purified the temple, tables turned in holy fire. Tables turned in holy fire. Now I bless the sacred clearing. Now my heart is your desire. For the temple found its purpose when tables turned in holy fire. I was sinking under waters with my running in my chest. Every wave became a warning, every breath became a test. I had fled the voice of mercy, tried to hide beneath despair, till the deep became a chamber where you still could hear my prayer. In the belly of the silence, far from sunlight, far from air, even there your hand was reaching. Wail depths heard my prayer. Wail depths heard my prayer. Mercy found me low. What I thought was only judgment became the road back home. Grace moved through the darkness. Hope was waiting there. When I cried beneath the waters, wail depths heard my prayer. I had thought my disobedience had removed me from your sight, but your love pursued my hiding through the caverns of the night. Every current was a witness, every shadow had to know that the God who rules the heavens still can rescue from below. Not because my heart was faithful, not because my hands were clean, but because your mercy answered where no human eye had seen. Wail depths heard my prayer. Mercy found me low. What I thought was only judgment became the road back home. Grace moved through the darkness. Hope was waiting there. When I cried beneath the waters, wail depths heard my prayer. Bring me back from every running. Bring me back from every sea. Let repentance rise within me till your purpose lives in me. If the depths become my prison, if the night surrounds my care, I will call upon your mercy, for you hear me even there. Wail depths heard my prayer. Mercy found me low. What I thought was only judgment became the road back home. Grace moved through the darkness. Hope was standing by the river, where the heavens split with flame. Every cloud became a doorway, every wind declared your name. Your light was distant, bound to places I had lost, but your chariot crossed the heavens, through the smoke and through the cost. Because my land was holy, not because my heart was clear, but because your throne is moving and your glory still draws near. Wheels burned above the river, glory filled the sky. What I thought was only exile met the throne of the Most High. Grace moved through the heavens, mercy made me shiver when your presence crossed the distance. Wheels burned above the river. Open up the hidden heavens, let my exile see your throne.